companies and invest a bit. So it is not about Karan Johar, it's about the transition, the weight loss journey, right? I think whenever asked, he says that it is 1 meal a day. But if you hear around, everyone says it's possibly Ozempic, right? So the question is that why are we talking about this? The reason is very simple. Ozempic, the GLP-1 drug today, is 33% of the entire sales of Novo Nordisk. Its stock price dropped when Trump said that they will modulate the price from thousands to hundreds of dollars one day. And they are in verge of losing market exclusivity in 2026. Just think of the amount of pressure the CEO is going on, right? It's a multi-billion-dollar company, losing 33% of your business. It's not an easy thing to do, right? So it's painful to be a market leader. Changing. So basically what's happening, right? In the pharma industry, the biggest challenge is the drug discovery today. And what we are seeing that timeline to drug discovery is increasing day by day. And that is reducing the time to profit, which is a significant problem, right? So basically what a pharma company can do, they either make the clinical trial intelligent or they optimize the clinical trial process and at the same point of time gather all the decision or all the data and improve the decision-making process. That's what we can do. And so typically what we do as an agentic AI company that I belong, we say that, hey, we are your saviors. We will come to you and build a lot of agents for you. But what these agents would do, the agents would do local optimization. And we say that, hey, using the local optimization, maybe from above trial to on market, you're going to save around 15%, a number that I was given. But the question is that when we talk about 15% saving, it's huge. It's not always possible. So we said, okay, by the way, we'll not save 15% for you on the top line. Rather, we will say 2% here, 1% there. And then what we realize that if we start building those agents, the agents alone are not enough. And sometimes we do not talk the truth enough that our agents, though they have a potential to save a lot of money, but we cannot do away with our traditional AIML models. Possibly sometime they are more definitive. They can have better ROI, and we cannot take human in the loop. That's one thing what we say. But the bigger question is that what if the agent does not perform the way it should perform? And I will ask my friend to answer a particular question, that the bigger part, adoption. And just not only him, any of you think, if you see a medicine been discovered totally by an agent, if it has been prescribed by totally an agent, will you take the medicine? Yes, no?
No.
So the question is that, though we are putting agents into the system, but we are still dealing with a dilemma that if agents are doing everything, we possibly will not adopt that system. And this is what I would like him to explain, that how can we make sure that agents are doing and still we are adopting that.
So thanks, Mausam. I think that is one of the things which I want to support that hypothesis, what Mausam has just now mentioned. Some of these life sciences industry, they are now going through a lot of phase of fragmented clinical trial coordination as well as slow development cycles. And one of the things why Mausam has just now said, because of that, one of the reasons is it slows down their care as well as increasing costs, and then it leads to harder to make important treatments for that. So agentic AI solutions is becoming mostly a $100 to $150 billion market industry, especially in the life sciences industry, and it's going to grow rapidly, which also Samir talked today about. It will grow to $560 billion industry in the whole industry around by 2030. And we will look at some of these solutions that are present in the life sciences industry, which Mausam just now mentioned, like why isolated agent is not enough, why you need a multi-agentic AI life sciences solution, and how that can be there. So some of those, as you can see on the screen, is a clinical trials operations agentic life cycle agent, which allows it to review the site documentation and then look at the assess the readiness criteria, and also look at the enrollment workflows. Then there is also a manufacturing quality operations agent, which allows us to monitor the real-time production data and detect the anomalies, flag deviations, and make corrective actions. Similarly, there is also one solution which is in the drug development life cycle, which allows you to make sure that you are able to review the clinical results and also look at some of those, like looking at the initial data collection, as you mentioned here, or patient outreach, screening enrollment, and patient monitoring and trial completion. So this is mostly from a clinical trials and drug development life cycle agents, which can also scan the electronic health records and can free up the clinical research associates for trial system design as well as the relationship management. If you go to the next slide. But there are some ethical, legal, and compliance challenges that exist within the life sciences industry. So if you look at from there, like some of those which Mausam was just mentioning, there is the data quality and representativeness, human oversight and accountability, and there is data privacy and security. Similarly, as you can see, there is explainability and transparency, privacy, and similarly robust and liability. These are the ones which are there. So we have come up with a responsible AI framework which allows it to address all these issues in the ethical, legal, and compliance considerations. Because one of the things which we have seen is that because of the inaccurate AI, it can impact patient safety as well as the product quality. And the data which is used to train these AI models has to be representative of diverse populations and has to be reliable as well. So that is from how the legal compliance and these agentic life cycle solutions have been making huge waves in terms of speed, accuracy, as well as impact to the value chain, and how they can reduce the market costs as well as R&D costs. So this was all about, hopefully.
But still the question is that how will you make sure people trust the medicine?
Medicine, yeah. So that is why I think
we should ask the question to them. Will you trust? Yes or no? See, that is a problem, and I believe the responsible AI framework is something that we need to address that particular problem that no one is talking about.
Right.
How can we make sure that the agents are safe to use? How can we make sure agents can explain their decision making? And how can we make sure that the people who are trusting those agents, that's something is going to be the next game changer for any agentic AI platform. That's it.
Thanks.